Welcome out to the Anderson William program. Beau Dietl. Good morning, Mr. Dietl.
Good morning, Don.
So we were talking about our friend Rocco Maselli, who Rocco. What do you call him? Rocco the Thief. Why Rocco the Thief?
I don't know. He does. I tell you, I'll be honest about it. He gives good deals. I don't know. He just whenever you buy something from these jewelers, it's like they give you a half off, but then they mark it up 3/4. So, and I always call him Rocco the Thief. But in reality, I love Rocco very much. Maselli, I know him for about 40-something years. He's the guy that introduced me to Frank Sinatra. He's the guy that introduced me to a lot of people. Some good, some bad.
Yeah. Rocco is, he owns Maselli Jewelers.
Yeah.
Which is in the Crystal Pavilion.
On 3rd Avenue, 50th Street. And Rocco Maselli, and my best friend was little Charlie Camella. Remember him? The guy who used to own the Steel Company, Charlie Steele?
Yeah.
And he passed on us. And I tell you what, Rocco looks great. He has a beautiful home over there in Tarrytown on the
He just got married a while back.
I know Linda. Linda's been with him for a lot of years, and I was at his wedding. We had it at Runway 84, Anthony's Runway 84 down in Fort Lauderdale. I was down there.
So all your jewelry you get from Rocco, right?
I buy a lot of stuff from Rocco. It's nice Christmas time. You go in there, you have no money, but Rocco says, "Don't worry about it." And about $30,000 later, you don't worry about it, but then you got to pay it back. So, Rocco's there. No, I don't need nothing now. Just take it. Oh. And I've taken it for many years, about 40-something years, and you always have to pay it back.
Rocco's at the point now where, because he has all these great Frank Sinatra stories.
True.
And has big pictures of Frank Sinatra in his store.
Yeah.
So, but now he follows you out of the store down to the street, insisting on telling you the various Frank Sinatra stories. But he's a lovely guy.
Yeah, and Jilly was his good friend, Jilly, with Frank Sinatra. Yeah. Also Louis Dome and many other fellas, like very eclectic type people.
Now, he wouldn't sell any jewelry to people in organized crime, would he?
Oh, I met Gas Pipe Queso in that joint. I met a lot of them in that joint.
Sure.
I think Bilotti bought his last watch there before he got whacked with Castellano. Speaking
of that, there's these 8 dead prostitutes that they dug up on a remote beach area on Long Island. Mm-hmm. The suspicion is, at least according to news reports that I've been made aware of, is that the people think it might be some ex-cop. You must know about it.
Yeah, well, I've been following it pretty much, and the thing that really jumps out is that this person, this murdering piece of garbage, who was frequenting these prostitutes through the Craigslist.
You're an ex-cop, right?
Yeah, I'm an ex-cop, and
a highly decorated one, I might point out.
Well, I'm an ex-cop, but the point is that
you would know about all these.
He was using cell phones from Times Square, Penn Station, where they would throw away cell phones. Not just cops have to know that. A lot of people know drug dealers buy throwaway cell phones because they know you can't trace them. So this friggin' nut.
What's a throwaway cell? I don't understand that.
That's one you buy in one of these stores. You get 20 minutes of cell time, and then when you finish, you chuck the thing away.
Oh, I see.
So it's a throwaway cell phone.
Where do you get a number?
Yeah, get a number, and it activates. Sometimes you have it for 1 month, and you pay a flat fee, and then you have a number and all that. Drug dealers know all about that.
Oh, I see.
To say it's an ex-cop, I think that's a little bit stretching it a little bit, because every friggin' drug dealer in town knows about the throwaway phones. My thing is, I always believe and hope and pray that it's not an ex-law enforcement person. I think it's a sicko person that utilized this Craigslist, and definitely, as sure as we're sitting here, the guy has to be in a radius of probably 5 miles of that area where those bodies were dumped. But the fact is, he's not going to drive around town with a body in the back of his car. I think what he did was he lured them to wherever, motel, hotel, whatever, or his house, and then he killed them, and then he threw them in the car. What better way he's going to get rid of it is this deserted area. You could drive along that Ocean Parkway there. Yeah. There's no cops along there, and it's a very desolate area. He didn't even throw them there. Some of the bodies weren't even thrown that deep into the sticker bushes all over the place. Right. There, yeah. So I was down in Charlotte, North Carolina. You got a lot of
the cops are close to solving this, or
I would like to hope so. And You know, want to know something? The real good leads that you have now is you backtrack from where those bodies are found. You do a radius, and you just keep going radius, and you see anyone. There's that one guy who had the prostitute in his house. She ran out or something. I mean, there's a lot of leads there, and I just hope that we capture the guy, or maybe there's two involved. Who knows? And I think those detectives are really developing stuff as we're speaking. Yeah. And you have the other 4 prostitutes in New Jersey, in Atlantic City, similar. So you got a total of 12 dead. You got a real sicko out there. And that just shows you, boys and girls, you know, when these young kids go and they want to make fast money as a doing tricks and all that, just shows you it's not making fast money. It's endangering your lives. Yeah. And when you go out there with these creeps and you think that you're just going to make money, that's not what happens. A lot of times these young girls get tied up with drugs. Then they got the punk pimps. I hate pimps. You know what I used to do when I was a detective? I could say it now. When I was up in Times Square, they used to have the pimps. These girls used to come off out of the Port Authority terminal in the 70s. Young girls, runaways and all. These pimps used to pick them up, and they used to take them up, and then what they would do is they'd feed them drugs and stuff, and drug them up, and have them work, and the girls would be scared stiff. They'd say, if you tell anybody, we're going to kill your mother and father. And I'll never forget one time, Vinny Colangelo was alive, one of my guys, and all of a sudden these 2 pimps.
What did Vinny do? He was a cop?
Yeah, yeah. And we were doing decoys, and then all of a sudden I was doing
What's that mean?
It means I used to go up there and act like I was stoned with a seersucker suit and get robbed.
Oh.
Walk around Times Square there and have a wallet and all that, so they used to rob me. So these 2 pimps robbed me this day. They had Kelly Green suits on. They were dressed with hats on, like with feathers in them. So Vinny Colangelo, they fight with me now that they knew I was a detective. And when I said, you're under arrest now after they robbed my wallet, my watch. So they start fighting. So I'm swinging out, punching out. Vinny comes over there. And if Vinny tries to help me, Vinny starts to have a heart attack. So Vinny then gets rushed to the hospital. So I take these guys in Midtown South. I'll never forget it. And they're laughing at everything. All of a sudden, I says, this is very funny. The guys are having a heart attack. I take my hand. I rip their suits down to schmivemeans. When they got to the 3rd floor, they looked like Davy Crockett. All their suits were ripped up. And I left them there, and all of a sudden I said, you look really good. Yeah. So I have to strip search the guy. So I strip search the guy, and I go, take your pants down. The guy takes his pants down. I said, what's that? Now, where his sexual organ is, sure. He's got a ace bandage wrapped around where his thing is, right? I said, open that thing up. I figured drugs or a gun in him, maybe, right? He opens it up. As he unravels it, the little peenie gets smaller and smaller. I said, what's that about? He goes, oh, you know, the girls who make them think that you got something. I said, well, what happens when they know you just got an ace bandage? You got no penal implant. Oh, I tell you, the times we had were fun. Hey, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Quickly, you got about a minute.
Charlotte, North Carolina, lots of fans. The Motor Speedway, I was down there. 180,000 people. We were down there with the Odyssey Logistics. I termed the new thing, and they're called these are over-the-road patriots, truck drivers with the tanker trucks and all that. Yeah. We were doing a safety convention there talking about the safety of truckers across the country. They're the eyes and ears of our whole country, and we're putting together a whole system where they'll report things, or we let them know if there's problems all over there.
See something, say something.
Good stuff. Tomorrow I'm getting my ankle done. Hospital said special surgery. Dr. Rocco Positano.
Be sure and tell Dr. Positano.
Yes.
That you need some pain medication.
Why? Don,
because you're going to be in pain.
I have never felt better in my life. I'm 60 years old.
When they operate on your ankle, the recovery, it's going to be painful.
Do I look like a wussy, man?
No, you're not a wussy.
I was hospitalized 30 times. I had a fractured skull, Don.
Hello?
I don't care. Beat me. I'm sorry.
You just tell him you want the pain.
Oh, you want me to give them to you?
Yes.
Remember that time we ordered